Hi, how are you today? Um, Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, I'm going to share with you guys the basics of using TradingView. Some of you want to start learning how to trade. TradingView is such an important tool that will help you when you are analyzing the market. It will help you when you are studying price action, and one of the things that you need to know is how to use TradingView. So this tutorial is going to be a short tutorial that is going to teach you on the basics of using TradingView. Okay, so just go to your browser and type tradingview.com. So this is a charting tool. It's a place that most traders prefer to analyze the market. So I'm going to go and click on search, and so from here you have got the different columns that accommodates the different types of pairs that you're going to trade. So when you want stocks, they're there. Futures, forex, crypto. Most people trade forex and futures. I personally love Nasdaq, and when it comes to forex, looking for I love looking for gold, the gold metal. And when you come here, you will find all these pairs that you want to trade. And so you could always just come, for instance, here in Forex, you could always search Euro USD. And as Euro USD appears here, you see there are many brokers here. Okay. I prefer you use the chart from Oanda. Okay. You see here. You see next to them, we have got the brokers, the Tickmail, FXTM, Oanda, Forex.com, Pepperstone. So I love using Oanda. So I'm going to open up the chart using Oanda, launch chart. Okay. And this is our charts. All right. So where you change time frames is here. If you want your chart to be on the 5-minute time frame, you change it there. 15-minute time frame, you change it there, or even the 1 hour, you will have it there. Okay. So that is just on time frames. So this is where you get the time frames. So I told you this is just a quick basic one. So this is the 1 hour chart. All right. And you're now able to toggle onto the different time frames. So the other important thing when studying how to analyze the market is time. So you always hear somebody telling you in which time are you analyzing. So we have got this section at the bottom here where you can always toggle the time that you are analyzing in. Okay. So I personally love using the New York time. That is the time I use to analyze my trades. Okay. And so if you're using a different time zone, then it's okay. This is where you change it from. All right. Yes. And if you want to analyze the market, you use toggling through different time frames. You toggle from here. Okay. Now there's always this setting where you see people have 2 screens. So that one you use here. The one I'm using to display is a free version, but for you to see 2 screens, you need to use the paid version. You see, your plan has only 1 chart, but if you have a paid version, you click at the top here, and then this allows you to have the chart show in different fields, like in different columns. Okay. All right. So this one shows when the market is open. So I want to show you guys one tool that will come in handy for you guys and to get into the 15-minute time frame. Okay. And so if your chart is jumbled up, let's say like this, and it's just like you I'm sorry, you don't know what to do, where to go and stuff. Okay, you can also just right click and then click on reset chart view, and it goes to normal. Okay, so if you're using a mouse, you can just left click and move it on this other side in order to move the chart. Okay, use your mouse left click, and I'm using a Windows PC, so for those using a Mac, I've never used a MacBook, so I'm well conversant with Windows. So if I want to go back, I left click and then I scroll the cursor. Okay, so that's how I move back. So I want to show you some tools here that are going to be so beneficial to you. Yes, so whenever you're marking price, for instance, when it comes to, have you ever heard of people saying you mark the high, you mark the low, you mark the New York session open, the time, the kill zones and stuff, and you're asking yourself, how can I mark them? So you come here, the second column here, I've got this first one, and then the second one, you'll just see it. You'll just see the way it looks here, okay? And then you click on this small arrow, okay? Now, there are different tools here that you're going to be using for different reasons, okay? So this vertical line, people love using it to mark time. So with let's say I'm going to mark from New York. Let's mark the London session, okay, from 2 a.m. somewhere. Let's look for 2 a.m. 1, 2, 2. So you see, okay, you see that, and then this line you can always adjust it based on your preference. You can make it thick, okay. You can make it 3px, all right. You can make it 1px. You can change its color, right, to red. You can change its color to green, okay, depending on your preference. Okay, now I marked from 2, all right, to 3. Let me mark another one, and then I can mark from 2 to, let me just mark a little bit a wider place to 7. So let me mark the entire New York session move, okay. And then you can always see the ICT, you see the ICT 2022 model appear here. So that one is the vertical line. So when it comes to the horizontal line, so do you have this one, okay? So when I use this one, for instance, and I mark here, it goes all the way infinity, okay? It goes all the way. You see the line is still there, right? So there are different scenarios when you use whichever line that you feel suits what you're doing. But when you use the trend line, okay, it goes up to where you want it to stop, all right? Now, if you want this line, as you click the trend line, all right, it has a tendency of not being straight, even if you want it to make it if you want to try and make it straight, okay, it may not come out as straight. So if you want it to stick being straight, what you do is, as you hold it, you press shift, okay, and it comes out clean, all right, a nice clean, and it ends where you stop it, all right. So that is how you use that one, all right. Now you always see people have a rectangle that they use to like mark a fair value gap or mark an order block. This is a typical ICT 2022 model where price goes and takes out this session and comes back to this level here. So this is where toggling through time frames will come in handy. So I want to go to this level, but in the 5-minute time frame. I go to the 5-minute time frame, and then I scroll back. I left click and then I push it back. Okay, so you see when I go into the lower time frame, price is a little bit clear. All right, the same place, but in the lower time frame. All right, So you always hear people say analyze on the higher time frame but enter in the lower time frame. So you see here the fair value gap is so visible. All right, this is a typical ICT 2022 model. All right, so price gums takes out this, goes beyond here. All right, if you've studied ICT, this is called they refer to it as an inverse fair value gap. All right, so you remember the rectangle that people always use. So you go here, look at this icon where that has a painting, you'll see a rectangle there. All right, you put it here and you mark it. All right, and if you want to mark it, you just click inside it, you'll see a text and then you write FVG. Okay, I just want to make it capital because of my personal preference. So FVG, and from there you always see someone, oh, I got a trade. So this is for projection. You go here, so we have got the 1 2 3, this third one, projection, and then I can project it to go long. Then I do that. Okay, so that's my projection. So that's a tool that I use mostly when you're analyzing your trade and you want to anticipate where price will move. So that's what you want to do. If you anticipate, if you're projecting a short, you'll always do something like this. All right, okay, and then short. So that's just for you analyzing the trade, analyzing the market. Now, so you can always add text. Okay, this is for education purpose only. Okay, you can always add text. All right, and then I feel like so there you're okay. You can always use the trend line, the horizontal line, the vertical line. You'll always need that one, and then the Fibonacci. Yeah, it is so important. The Fib is so important. So when you come here, the third one, you'll always find the Fib tool. So here we typically love to use it on analyzing the market or analyzing retracement. So here there's a fair value gap, and sometimes some people are not comfortable using the fair value gap, and you want to use a Fibonacci to measure retracement. So you come here, you click on the Fib, okay, and then on a price range you mark it there up to the high. Okay, price will always in many cases retrace to 62% if 0.62 level or 0.75 level. If you've learned from ICT, you know why I'm saying this. Okay, so that's a typical price retracement level, so 0.62. okay, if you look at this range and this range, let's try and see. Okay, 0.62 level. Okay, you see again here. So this is a very important. I'm not saying to always come to 0.62. Sometimes it goes to 0.75. It depends on how you have analyzed the market. Okay, so this Fibonacci, you can always customize it based on your needs. Okay, I can add some levels, like you see there is 0 to 1. Okay, I can add 1.25, 1.5, okay, or 1.4, 1.5. okay, and you see 1.5 will appear here, right? So it's more of a ruler. Okay, how you set it, that's how it will work. And that's a basic video on how to use a trading view. And most of these things, just you can watch this video and just study through. Okay, so that is the basics, the basic way you can always use trading view. I hope this video helps. Thank you.